In the last episode, Amos the shepherd roared against the injustice of Israel. He condemned the wealthy who crushed the poor, the religious who ignored righteousness, and called for justice to roll on like a river. Now we turn to the shortest book in the Old Testament, a single chapter, 21 verses, no narrative frame, no personal biography, just a burning oracle against one nation. Edom. Obadiah speaks. The name means servant of the Lord. We know almost nothing else about him. No hometown, no family, no date given in the text. But his message is clear. Edom will fall. To understand why this tiny prophecy burns with such intensity, we must go back centuries. Edom descends from Esau. Israel descends from Jacob. They are brothers, twin brothers, in fact. Their rivalry began in the womb, wrestling before they were born. Esau was the firstborn. He sold his birthright for a bowl of stew. Jacob stole his blessing through deception. The brothers parted. Esau settled in the mountains of Seir, the rugged cliffs south and east of the Dead Sea. His descendants became Edom. Israel and Edom were never at peace for long. They shared blood, but they did not share loyalty. When Israel escaped from Egypt, Edom refused to let them pass through their land. When David ruled, Edom was subdued. When the kingdom split, Edom rebelled. And when Jerusalem fell, Edom did not weep. Edom celebrated. This is the wound Obadiah addresses. The vision of Obadiah. This is what the sovereign Lord says about Edom. We have heard a message from the Lord. An envoy was sent to the nations to say, "Rise, let us go against her for battle." The oracle begins with a summons. The nations are gathering. War is coming, and Edom is the target. See, I will make you small among the nations. You will be utterly despised. Edom is proud. Edom lives in the cliffs, in caves carved into red rock, in fortresses that seem unreachable. The pride of your heart has deceived you, you who live in the clefts of the rocks and make your home on the heights. You who say to yourself, "Who can bring me down to the ground?" Edom looks at its geography and feels invincible. The passes are narrow, the mountains are steep. No army can climb these walls. But Obadiah speaks for the Lord. Though you soar like the eagle and make your nest among the stars, from there I will bring you down. Pride is always a setup for a fall. The prophecy continues with vivid images of looting. Thieves would steal only what they wanted. Grape pickers would leave some gleanings. But Edom will be stripped bare. Nothing will remain. All your allies will force you to the border. Your friends will deceive and overpower you. Those who eat your bread will set a trap for you. Edom trusted in alliances. Edom trusted in trade. Edom trusted in the wisdom of its counselors. None of it will save them. And then the oracle turns to the reason for this judgment. Because of the violence against your brother Jacob, you will be covered with shame. You will be destroyed forever. The word brother is the key. Edom was not just any nation. Edom was family. On the day you stood aloof while strangers carried off his wealth, and foreigners entered his gates and cast lots for Jerusalem, you were like one of them. When Jerusalem fell to the Babylonians, Edom did not intervene. Edom watched. Edom waited. And then Edom moved in to pick over the ruins. You should not gloat over your brother in the day of his misfortune. You should not rejoice over the people of Judah in their destruction. You should not boast so much in the day of their trouble. The list of accusations is personal. You should not march through the gates of my people in the day of their disaster. You should not gloat over them in their calamity. You should not seize their wealth. You should not wait at the crossroads to cut down their fugitives. You should not hand over their survivors in the day of their trouble. Edom did not just stand aside. Edom actively betrayed. Edom hunted refugees. Edom handed them over to the enemy. This is the deepest treachery, when a brother stabs you in the back, when blood turns on blood. And so the judgment is absolute. The day of the Lord is near for all nations. As you have done, it will be done to you. Your deeds will return upon your own head. This is the principle of divine justice. What you sow, you will reap. The violence you inflicted will be inflicted on you. Just as you drank on my holy hill, so all the nations will drink continually. They will drink and be as if they had never been. Edom will vanish from history. And this is not just poetic language. It is historical fact. The Edomites were eventually pushed out of their homeland by the Nabateans. They migrated west into southern Judah and became known as Idumeans. Their identity slowly dissolved. By the time of the Roman period, they were absorbed into the Jewish population. Edom, as a nation, ceased to exist. The prophecy was fulfilled. But Obadiah does not end with destruction. He ends with restoration. But on Mount Zion will be deliverance. It will be holy, and Jacob will possess his inheritance. Jacob will be a fire, and Joseph a flame. Esau will be stubble, and they will set him on fire and destroy him. There will be no survivors from Esau. The imagery is harsh, but it reflects the totality of divine justice. And then comes the final vision, restoration. People from the Negev will occupy the mountains of Esau, and people from the foothills will possess the land of the Philistines. They will occupy the fields of Ephraim and Samaria, and Benjamin will possess Gilead. The scattered exiles of Israel will return. They will reclaim not only their own land, but the land of their enemies. Deliverers will go up on Mount Zion to govern the mountains of Esau, and the kingdom will be the Lord's. The final word is not Edom's fall. The final word is the Lord's reign. Obadiah is small, but its message is immense. Pride leads to destruction. Betrayal brings judgment. But the Lord's kingdom will outlast every earthly power. Edom trusted in cliffs. Edom trusted in alliances. Edom trusted in cruelty. All of it crumbled. And the servant of the Lord stood in the ruins, pointing forward to a day when the kingdom would belong to God alone. Thank you for listening to this episode about Obadiah and the fall of Edom. If this fierce oracle against pride and betrayal was meaningful, please consider subscribing to the channel, liking the video, and sharing it with others who might enjoy this series. In the next episode, we will hear the story of Jonah, the prophet who ran from God and discovered that divine mercy extends further than he ever imagined.